Namaskaram. First of all, Namaskaram to my Guru Bandhu, Shri Rajaramanji, who has very graciously given us his presence and his time this morning. We are all Guru Bandhus, but there will always be those who are, ever so more dear. So, Rajaramanji has been in my sight since the Guru Bandhava channel started. And I had the fortune of meeting him in Sringeri this past summer. It is always a pleasure to meet a Sahadhyayi and a Satirtha. So, especially one that is so well educated and that has done so many pravachanas and upanyasas and Bhagavata pravachanas, and above all, one who has intense Guru Bhakti. I think everything else aside, that is really what connects Shishyas. It is when you find someone that truly believes in Acharya and has bhakti towards Acharya and in the teachings of Acharya, and not just has bhakti. There are plenty of people that have bhakti but live their life the way that Acharya would want them to lead their life. It is a pleasure and a fortune to have the samparka of such people. So we have all gotten that samparka today by the presence of Rajaramanji. So once again, Namaskaramji, thank you for coming. What to say about Maneesha Panchakam? I have said I have been the only one talking for the last 5 days. So it is a beautiful text. Exactly the reasons that Rajaramanji said. It is of the highest caliber. As I said, it is the 4 shlokas. The first 4 shlokas are the summaries of the 4 Mahavakyas that, as he said, are what is supposed to be contemplated upon by sannyasis. So they are the essence of the Upanishads. They sum up pretty much every angle of Vedanta that you can think of, and it is done very succinctly, shortly, in a way that is easy for everyone to learn. So the text itself, whether studying or teaching, both are a pleasure. I was also very happy to see the questions that were being asked after the classes, because ours is a sampradaya that lives off of pariprashna. If you have finished the lecture and you do not raise, if no questions come from the audience, then the lecturer has not done his job as a teacher, and the audience, you cannot, you do not know if the audience was listening or not. But the lecturer at least has not done his job if there are no questions after the pravachanam or after the class. So I was very happy that there were questions. I was very happy with the enthusiasm with which they were asked. It was my pleasure to answer them. And of course, going forward also. Bhagavad Pada's granthas are studied for one reason. A, they are clear. B, they are short. And, as I said, they are written for every type of sadhaka possible. So I think I said this in one of the earlier classes. If someone needs serious texts, you have Sutatraya, you have Prasthanatraya Bhashya. If you know Sanskritam and you are willing to put some extra time every day, you have things like Dakshinamurti Stotra, Harimedya Stava. If you are someone that is not there yet but just wants to do Bhagavan Nama Smarana, there are stotras. So, if you want to do Vedanta proper but through, a Prakarana Grantha style, then you have Atma Bodha, Tattva Bodha, Viveka Chudamani, Upadesh Sahasri, you have granthas like that. So Bhagavad Pada has taken contingencies and redundancies to ensure that every single person possible has been included in his audience when he writes texts, which is why he alone is deserving of the title Jagat Guru. There is no one in this Jagat that cannot benefit from the work and from the teachings that Bhagavad Pada has given us. The reason I am stressing this is because, actually Vivekananda once said something in his speeches. Vivekananda, of course, will say things very emphatically. He said, if someone who is not a Rishi has written something, we do not need to read that. It is a very bold statement to make, but the principle is what we need to look at. Our sampradaya, as I said in the end, is one of jnanis. People who know write, people who theorize do not write, people who guess do not write, people who infer do not write, people who have known and people who have experienced will write. So Bhagavad Pada or the Acharyas in that parampara all fall into that caliber. So every single word that we have gotten from Bhagavad Pada is a great fortune. As Rajaramanji said, only with Aneka Janma Punya, it is possible to get the Vedanta Vasana. And Pai Dikshita says, Tathapya Nugrahadeva Tarunendu Shikhamani Advaita Vasana Pumsam Avir Bhavati Na Anyatha. So only through the Anugraha, some anugraha vishesha of Bhagavan and the Guru, we will get the opportunity and the inclination to study this Vedanta. So given that we all have the opportunity, we all have a human birth, that too in India, it is a first a fortune to be born in India or to be born as an Indian. Then that too within this sampradaya, that too within an environment that has given us an ability to learn granthas like this. So basically, organizations like Vyoma Labs, these are all the products of our works over the last few lives and of whatever work we have put in this life also. So it is important that we are both happy that we have an opportunity and that we also make the most of this opportunity. So nothing more to say than that, really. I think any gunas over the last 5 days are due to Jagadguru's blessing. If there was anything that was unclear or said improperly, that comes from me, who is the instrument. So just making that one vijnapana, and looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. I will take my leave. Thank you.